Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, my name is Nalini. So today I want to do a little review and demo of the new Natasha Denona BIBA eyeshadow palette. This is her neutral palette. She's never really came out with a neutral palette, so I was kind of on the fence. I was like, do I really need another neutral palette? And then I started seeing her stories and stuff on Instagram, and here we are. Anyway, this is what the palette looks like. It has like a light, what is this, like a pinkish lilac color, and it says all neutral, Natasha Denona, and it says BIBA palette. There were like some jokes and trend mood. People were saying they thought it was the barbecue palette, the BBQ palette. Anyway, this is what it looks like on the inside. Neutral palette. She has a mixture, oops, I almost dropped it. She has a mixture of warm neutrals. She has some cool tones and some warm tones in here. It's a total of 15 shadows. As you know, Natasha Denona is a very luxe brand, and just like her other eyeshadow palettes, this retails for $129 US. Anyway, but if you do the math, it's about 8 something per shadow. I think she makes like really beautiful shadows, so you can kind of justify it in a little bit. And if you're a makeup lover, well, anyway, what I like about this palette, I don't own the Safari palette, but I think the Safari palette has these little holes in the back where you can pop the shadows out. I guess if you want to make your own palette, you can pop them out. It has this huge mirror, which I love. It's not as small as the mirror in her other palettes. Also, that annoying plastic that has the names of the shadows on it, that's gone. See, it used to have this, and she had like a lot of black around the mirror. The plastic is gone, which I think is perfect. I think she listens. I think people probably were complaining about it because I hated it. And so the shadow names are actually on the palette, which I think is great. Look how many fingerprints I already have on the mirror. Anyway, like I said, it's a total of 15 shades. And she has a mixture of metallics. She has mattes in there. She also has her cream matte formula. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with the cream matte formulas because it looks pigmented in the pan, but it doesn't swatch as pigmented as it looks in the pan. And I guess if you're lighter skin toned, it doesn't make a huge difference. But for me, I'm darker skin toned. Obviously, I need my colors to pop, especially if I'm paying so much for an eyeshadow palette. But the upside is there's not a lot of fallout with these shades, and I can see quite a few in here. And as I was looking at the palette, the ones that has the cream matte formula, it has like some ridges in there, like this one right here. So as you can see, it looks deep in the pan, but when I swatch it, see that? It doesn't swatch as deep. So I could have done with not having the matte formulas in the pan. For the first time ever in any of her palettes, she has a black shade. This also has that cream to matte formula, and I don't mind this because I'm probably going to smoke up my lower eye and stuff, and if you want to do a smoky eye, there will be no fallout because there's nothing worse than black eyeshadow falling out, so I don't mind that. When I was looking at a few of her stories, she said she wanted to create like, and these are all brand new shades, by the way. None of these shades supposedly are repeated from her other palettes, and she said she wanted to create shades that I guess were never seen before. It was kind of new, and I've seen these shades before. That top row, this shade, what is this called? I'm blind as a bat. Oh my god, forgive me. This prairie shade, maybe it's kind of different. It's like a yellow brown shade. I think that's pretty. I plan on using this shade today. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do a few swatches on the shades. I'm not too sure about the two gray shades down here. These two may be a dud for me. I don't see myself really using gray tone shades. I don't know, maybe a pop in my tear duct, I'm not sure. But let me just swatch a few. This one here is very pretty. It's like a nice dark bronze color. Very pretty. Prairie, the one next to it. It's pretty. Showed up a little light on me. The one next to it is Cocoa. I'm not gonna swatch all of them, I don't think. Then there is, this is a topper I'm swatching. I think this is Heckle. I hope I'm seeing right. So these are just like a few swatches. They swatch very beautifully. As you can see, they're very pigmented, very smooth. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna swatch some of those, the cream to matte shades. Like, but I already swatched that one. Like, let's swatch the black shade down here. Wow, oh, this is a hell of a black. This is super pigmented. So this doesn't have that issue of not being, this is one swipe. Oh my God, this is one of the creamiest, blackest eyeshadows I think I've ever swatched. This is really nice. Very pretty. Let me go ahead and swatch that gray shade. I don't know how or when, but this black shade, look at that. It left, it's so messy. I'm gonna have to clean that off. And this gray shade down here, this one right here, this is the cream to matte formula because it has like those lines in it. This is what it looks like. It's very, very ashy and very cool. I don't know if I'm gonna use that. So out of the 15 shades, I'll probably use 13, which is not too bad. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the shadows on so we can see what they look like on the lid. So I'm dying to use this shade right here, the Prairie shade. I'm interested to see how it looks on my skin tone. They're very soft. There's some fallout here. This is not one. This is just a matte. This is not one of the and this I'm gonna run throughout my entire lid. Not really showing up. I will probably have to really pack this on for it to show up as compared to somebody with a lighter skin tone. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and just pack it on. This palette is also cruelty free, so for all those vegan lovers out there, it's cruelty free. All right, this is not showing up that much on me, and I'm gonna take this same brush and I'm gonna put the color Cocoa right here on the outer crease. In the outer crease. Her shadows are very beautiful, so you never have to worry about color payoff or anything like that. They're really, really stunning. Very creamy. This is very buttery, not a lot of fallout. And then on my actual lid, I'm gonna go in with, what is the name of this color? I'm gonna go in with Rustic right here, and I'm gonna use my fingers for this. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is a gorgeous shade, and I'm just bringing it throughout the entire lid. And then I'm gonna go back in with my brush and just kind of clean it up so the edges wouldn't look so messy. And then I'm gonna go back in a little bit with Prairie right here to blend that out. And I'm gonna go back in again with this color right here on the outer. And then I'll put a little bit more of Rustic on the lid. Alright, so for my tear duct, I'm going to go in with this color right here. It's called Shine, the shade right here. And I'm going to put that in my tear duct for a pop of color. This is super pigmented and very pretty. And I'm going to bring some of it at the in the beginning of my lower lash line. I thought this color Rustic, this shade right here, I thought it would show up a little bit more pigmented on me, but it isn't, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit more. All right, so now I want to try the black. It's called Spot. I'm gonna put some on my lower lash line just to see how that looks. And I'm using like this flat shader brush to do so. Alright, so this is the black color in the lower lid. It's very pigmented and very, very, very pretty. Alright guys, so I am back with lashes and liner on, and this is the shadows blended out. It came out a little bit smokier than I had planned because I put, the black is really pigmented and I didn't mean to put that much on my bottom lash line, but this is how it turned out, and I do like it. What I will say as my final thoughts on this palette, a lot of these colors are dupeable, but it's Natasha Denona, and if you want beautiful creamy buttery shadows, you can find them all here in this palette. If you're also a neutral girl like me, because I love a neutral palette, this would be perfect. It's nice and sturdy. I think it's very travel friendly, has a nice big mirror. I think if you travel with it, you can definitely use it as a mirror. I was a little, I don't know, I thought this shade right here, Rustic, would have popped a little bit more on me, but I still like it a lot. The next time I use it, I think I'm just gonna really pack it on, and I'm gonna try damping my fingers. I don't remember if she said you can use them wet. I'm not sure. I don't want to say that you can and you can't. I'm definitely gonna play around with this brown shade on the bottom, the burgundy looking shades, and the black shade so far I think is my favorite. It's like so pow, but next time I'm gonna be a little bit more light-handed. All in all, it is a beautiful palette. It's a neutral lovers, I think, dream come true, especially for Natasha Denona. I love the fact that she put this black shade in here. Of course, the price is, you know, for a neutral eyeshadow palette, to pay $129 for a neutral eyeshadow palette is kind of nutty. But I guess I'm nuts. And if you've been looking at my channel for a while, you know I love Natasha Denona products. I think the shadows are great. Maybe I will try to play around with the grays. I'm not sure what scenario, what kind of look I'll go for to wear the grays. But overall, I think it's a beautiful palette. I think it depends on what you want, how many neutral palettes you have, how much money you're willing to spend on a neutral palette, how much you invested in an eyeshadow palette. And yeah, but I personally like it. I love the packaging. I like it a lot better than this spongy kind of cardboard packaging. I think it's very pretty, and I'm gonna get a lot of use out of it because these are the type of colors that I like. And of course I'm gonna play around with it a little bit more. I'm gonna try to use it in upcoming videos and definitely give you guys updates on how I feel about the palette. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.